To some people, this was the main event. This might have been, I know Moxley was the most talked about person, but of course, anytime this person is on TV, he is going to be much of the talk of the evening. It is Hook returning on Rampage for his first live TV match, of course, on this show. He is taking on Serpentico, who, Serpentico, Kate, I'm sure you're very familiar with, a mainstay on Dark, does a big entrance where he turns the lights off and then shoots streamers out of his hands.
And it's a really cool looking entrance when they do the full thing with him and Luther as Chaos Project. They usually have the camera angles associated with it and everything. So you're expecting, if you know them at all, you're very much expecting it.
So Serpentico sprays these streamers out of his hands, and midstream, Hook just jumps this man and just swarms him. And poor Serpentico didn't even have enough time to take the damn streamers off his hands. He hits a series of judo throws. I mean, it looks like he's like, he's throwing a dude wrapped in silly string the entire match. Hook hits like a great standing entry into a Kimura or a double wrist lock, as Taz says Hook has been studying some Billy Robinson footage. Head and arm belly to belly Tazplex, and then the Red Room, lifting Serpentico up this time in the air while he's choking, getting the win. Thoughts on the match, Kate?
It's Hook. What can you say? Yeah, it hit. I'm looking forward to seeing him do slightly longer matches. I completely understand that you don't want his first longer match to be also his first live match. So I think that they went with a very good work around the beginning where he just attacks Serpentico. I have to say, I cracked up laughing, and I was enjoying it so much from that point, because just the visual of them moving around with all the streamers kind of caught up in which is, if you think about it, could be kind of dangerous, but they handled it so well. And it was, I thought it emphasized how smooth a lot of Hook's offense looks, that, he can pull all this off when literally wrapped in strings with his opponent. And yeah, look, it's, they're handling him very well.
No pun intended, but like it looked like chaos in there. Like with this guy, just like, like this mess, this ball, like being thrown around of like silly string. This kid continues to live up to some very high expectations. And I do think, eventually he's going to have to do some longer matches, but I think there's still so much mileage left in doing these squash matches, because they are tremendously entertaining, Kate.
Absolutely. I mean, look at the mileage they got doing that with Jade Cargill. And I would say that Hook has a lot more goodwill from the crowd and has a lot more excitement behind him than she did. So if they can have her going, after tonight, 25-0, almost exclusively with sub 5-minute matches, then yeah, I think that they can run with this for a while. It's funny, when he came out, one of the things that I noticed was that obviously they read their stats, and it just caught my attention this time. It's like weighing 201 pounds. So I'm thinking like, well, if he worked for another company at 201 pounds, what would have happened to him? It does, I think, speak to Tony Khan's ability, or other people at AEW's ability, to spot a sort of star quality in someone without them necessarily, without it being completely obvious. Like, he's not a huge guy. He's not like, he's never going to be the guy who walks in there's like, oh my God, like, of course this guy has to be a professional wrestler. He's huge. But there's absolutely something about him. Like, he just oozes this kind of this sort of charisma, and that continues to work in his favor. And I think they're handling it very well.
If Hook was in the WWE, his name would be Chip. And that'd be his gimmick. Like, he'd be like, Wendy Chu, but with chips, And I don't even think they'd let him wrestle that much. Like, he'd just be the guy in the back eating chips. His name would be Chip. And then I don't know.
He'd be like a sort of like goofier, like Chad Gable.
Sure, yeah. Anyway, so this kid is tremendous, and I do think we're in store for a bit of a longer match here because he is engaged currently in a bit of a feud here with QT Marshall, and that's who is waiting up at the ramp for him as he finishes his match. QT comes out and starts trash talking Hook, says, "Yeah, this kid is disrespectful. He's attacking before the bell." Hook simply ignores him, but QT calls him again, and this is when Hook suplexes QT on the ramp. So, I mean, this seems to be the first actual built-up match that we're lining up for Hook, and we'll see how long this one goes. You know, eventually when we get it.